Okay, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to solve a 4x4 beginner's method. Okay, if you can guess what cube this is a Shengshell 4x4, part Florian and Constamod, and I'll be using it to show you how to solve a 4x4. Actually, I won't, because I have an Alsu. So, first off, let's start with a scramble. So, let's talk about 4x4. The method I'll be showing you, you should already know how to solve a 3x3. If you don't know how to solve a 3x3, then you should watch one of my videos on how to solve a 3x3, and it'll help you solve this 4x4. Okay, so first off, what you want to do is you want to know your color scheme. If you don't know your color scheme, then you can solve the corners. So you line up the corners like this and make sure the color scheme all lines up, and then that's where your centers are. So I don't have to do that because I know where they are. So first you want to build a center. So if you want to get this piece down in here, right here, and then if you do R prime, it'll move it into this spot. So I know it moved, in this case it moved here, but you want to have this slot open. So we want to look for the next piece. Here's the next piece. You move it down into here, then you know it goes up there, you move it like that. Okay, so you look around for the next piece. This one's actually on the bottom, so I got to move it up here. Then make sure this slot's open back here and move it in. Okay, next you want to do the same thing, except you want to do yellow. So do yellow up here. If you don't understand how I'm moving these pieces up, go back and watch the beginning of the video on how I showed you how to move them. Okay, then you want to start doing your next faces. Once you have yellow and white, you want to start doing your next faces. So I do red next. So I actually have a double here and a double here, so I'm just going to move that over here. Green, actually on my color scheme, goes here, but most of it's over here, so I can actually, this is a different sequence you can take, and if it's on like a different side, like see this is on the opposite here, if I go over to where I want to go, move it twice, it'll move a whole bar, and then I just move it back. Okay, and you can do the same thing with the single. So you move the single over here, you make the open spot over here, you go 2, move it, and back. Okay, so now we have the last one. So here, and here's the last one. Move it in. Okay, that's the easy part. The centers should be solved really easily. Now next, what you want to do is you want to start solving edge pairs. And after you solve edge pairs, you'll solve it in a 3x3 stage. So you want to line these up. So I can see here's one here and one here, right? So if I move this over to here and move it over, then it lines up here. And then what I'll do is I'll move it like this, so it lines up here. Move it over to the side so it doesn't break. Move this down so it's an empty slot. Move it over and move it back. So I paired this, and then I put everything back so it didn't get out of shape. So now I want to look for my next thing. So here is one here and one here. So these are opposites. So if they're opposites, you have to move it over to the back, down, and then twice, and it'll rotate it. So you want to always have this slot open. So I'll make this pair like that, and here it is. Okay, look for the next one. Okay, here's a piece right here, and the other piece is right here, so move this over. Do it again. Whoop. Okay, look for the next piece. Here's right here. Okay, do it like that. Okay, next piece is, let's see. Okay, here's the next piece right here. Okay, this slot's full right here, see? So we need to bring an empty slot over there. Move it over. Okay, do the next one. Okay, so I actually finished them all. So what I can actually show you, here's the last one. If there's just 2 and not 3, so there won't be, actually there is a third one here. But so what you want to do is, if you have 2, actually let's see. Okay, I have 2 and 2. So here, right here, this piece, if you move it out, you'll notice if you've done this algorithm, if you haven't gotten to this part of the video yet and you figured it out, then good for you. But if you haven't, I'm showing you now. So if you have this piece and an open slot here, the piece that you're moving out of this slot to make this pair will go in over on this side because it swaps 3, but then you want to have the piece on this side. It needs to be the opposite of this. So if this has orange up, green needs to be up over here. Okay, so I will do this. Okay, so now it wouldn't do it there because there wasn't green over there, but I'll show you in this case. See, here's the pair. We'll move this up. We'll use this slot instead of this slot. Well, actually we can use this slot. So use this slot, or we can use this slot. It's just the inverse. See, here's the piece we're moving out, and then here's its counterpart right here. So, and then what you'll do is this is the opposite. Okay, so my video stopped in the middle of my 4x4 solve, and I solved the rest without realizing that it was on. So now I'm just going to show you what else you need to know to be able to completely solve a 4x4. So there's an algorithm that I'm going to show you right now that it moves this piece over to here and then this piece over to here. So that algorithm is this. Okay, and that moves these over here. And so if you're going to have this piece that you want to move over to here, you need to make sure it's the opposite like this, because it's just going to move over like this. Okay, so here's the algorithm again. Okay, if you didn't get that, you can go back and watch it again. And then the next algorithm is this. And this algorithm, it flips these two. So if you get to the last layer, and you have this, because these two can be flipped, then this is considered parity. Okay, so the algorithm to do that is this. Move this over twice, back twice, top twice, and that's how to solve that. The other parity that there is where you have these two like this, and then you have these two like this. Okay, now it could have green here and then red right here, and that would be the same parity. And the algorithm for that is to do this. Do twice, do this twice, twice again, I'll do it again. And that's how to solve that. Okay, and that should be how to completely solve a 4x4. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. See you later from the Cube Helper.